elevator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. A guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit ReynoldsFarmEquipment.com.
During Army basic training, I found out I had 7 herniated discs. Prescription pain medication led me to a heroin addiction. I entered Wheeler's program and learned life on God's terms.
After meeting Greg, I was so impressed, I hired him. When you change that one life, it makes it all worthwhile.
Now, I have a family, house, and a job that I love. At Wheeler, you can have something everlasting.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements and top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at ReynoldsFarmEquipment.com.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Just working with our company, you're going to get to work with a lot of bright individuals.
Everyone is open and ready to help you, and definitely big on advocating for making sure that you succeed and reach your potential.
Everyone's goal is the same, to make the best products that we can for our clients and make sure that it is everything and more that it could be.
What's kept me here? Our culture. We're genuinely a very great group of people. Everyone's just always willing to lend a hand.
When I have a suggestion or a concern and I voice it, leadership actually hears me.
As a consultancy, every person has a role and has something to bring to the table. There's just a lot of opportunities here if you're up for the challenge.
Jump on board, be part of the fun ride, because we're going places.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with the blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Oh, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Bishop Chatard High School. We have volleyball action for you tonight. It'll be the Trojans of Bishop Chatard, 11-9 overall, 1-2 in the Circle City. They've won 5 out of their last 7. They're hosting the Eagles of Heritage Christian, who come in at an even 8-8 on the season, 0-2 in the Circle City, but they've won 8 of their last 9 games. We, if I'm not mistaken, are only 2 weeks away from tournament time. I looked at the schedule, and the last game that Bishop Chatard will play will be on October the 7th, and that's 2 weeks from where we sit right now.
Yeah.
Hannah, that is hard to believe. We're already there.
Volleyball season goes by so fast every year, and I'm never ready for it to end.
Yeah,
so.
Well, neither are a lot of other people, especially if you're not playing well. If you're playing well, you certainly want to keep this thing going. We have 2 teams tonight that are actually playing very well. As I'd mentioned, we're talking about one team 8 of 9 in their win department, the other one at 5 of 7, so something has to give tonight.
Yes, absolutely. You know, you come in the season and you're on a hot streak like Heritage Christian School is, and then you're facing a really, really good Bishop Chatard team. It's going to be a really good match. It's going to be back and forth. I think it's going to be a match that's going to be well fought and well earned with whoever will take the win away.
Well, let's talk about Heritage Christian. By the way, they're one team that doesn't play as well on the road. They're 3-4 in the 7 matches they have played, but they're fresh off that win over University, and they pretty much dominated in the first 2 sets before winning the final set. They really hit well that night. I mean, bottom line is that was one of their big numbers, and they served very well. What do you see in the Eagles coming into this one tonight?
First and foremost, when I was looking at the stats on Max Preps, which take it with a grain of salt.
Yes.
It's Max Preps. But their top 3 hitters are all hitting over 200, which is a great number to have.
Yeah.
You know, you're and especially as I think 2 of those positions were an outside. And that's a very, very good number for an outside, as they are getting the most sets, the most junky sets, and have the most attempts for errors. So that is a really good number. So that's one thing I saw compared to Chatard's hitting percentages are typically a little bit lower. So one thing that really stood out for Heritage was their hitting percentage, their ability to put that ball away. Along with that, they're running a 5-1, which I'm interested to see how that dynamic will work. So meaning they have 1 setter, 5 hitters rotating throughout the match. Along with that, their liberos averaging 2.9 digs per set, and I think they're going to be a good team to watch.
Ella Mensch the other night had 11 kills. And get this, her hit percentage in that match, 526.
Whoa.
And so her numbers have gone up definitely. And Naomi Thier, 11 kills. Kenley Mitchell had 9 kills and a 400 hitting percentage.
That's
so crazy.
Wild. That is exceptional numbers for those who don't quite understand the statistics of it.
It reminds you of playing a video game,
Yes.
probably more than anything.
Yes.
And we'll talk more about them as a team and some of the other players we'll look for here tonight. Now, Bishop Chatard, the Trojans, 4-2 at home. They lost their last match, and a lot of people do, to Cecina. They played it close in all 3 sets, but they only hit 058 on the night. So if they hit better, maybe they make that a little bit of an extension on it. But they didn't play their best volleyball the other night.
Yeah, what, an 0.59?
Yeah.
That's not, you can't win a whole lot of matches with that hitting percentage. It's going to be very, very difficult to do. But if Bishop Chatard wants to win this game, they're going to have to get their offense going very, very quickly.
Yeah.
They do a great job of setting multiple hitters and making their offense very dimensional. So So if they want to do that, they're going to have to continue that trend that we have seen them do time and time again. Along with that, Grace Gwen, I talk about her all the time. I think she's a great libero. She makes great plays and keeps her team in those long rallies. And one thing that I've noticed with Chatard is their ability to hang in those long rallies and be successful with winning the point on those long rallies, which gives them that momentum, gives them the momentum swing to get their team on top.
Caroline Wilmering will be a name that we'll mention a lot again tonight. We have in the broadcast we have done so far 40 blocks coming into this one here tonight. So she's really integral in that front row if they're going to get things done tonight.
Absolutely, along with Charlotte Dudek. She is a great player. A lot of balls are going to go to her. She is going to have to be huge tonight if Bishop Chatard wants to come away with the win.
Well, again, two teams. You have one winning 5 of 7. You have another winning 8 of 9. You're at that point in the season, if we're down to the last 2 weeks, and my math is always pretty good, that we're going to have to see these two teams, if they want to get through in the tournament, they want to keep it going here tonight. When we come back in a few moments, we'll get keys to the game here this evening, and we'll get this one started. Bishop Chatard, Heritage Christian, all the action right here on Indiana SRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN.
Back once again here at Bishop Chatard. We're going to take a look at some of the players that are being introduced here tonight, and perhaps while we're doing this, why don't we get keys to tonight's game?
Yes, let's do it. For Heritage Christian, I was able to get a little bit of feedback from their coach, and they want to have a fast offense tonight and keeping Bishop Chatard out of system, which is going to be huge for them. When Bishop Chatard is in system, they are a hard offense to stop. That's going to be a huge key for Heritage. Along with that, what's called a first ball side out. So when Bishop Chatard is serving, keeping them off that service line and getting them off of that service line very quickly. So making sure you're getting that first ball and terminating it, and then getting that serve back to their team. Along with that, getting some runs going, making sure that they're creating runs and keeping Bishop Chatard's to a minimum. Along with that, coach really just wants them to know what they're capable of doing, and when they are doing that, how high of a level they're able to play at. So that's going to be very, very huge for Heritage, and just getting things going along with energy and keeping that momentum on their side.
How about Bishop Chatard?
Bishop Chatard, I think big thing for them, getting your middles established early. We know Charlotte Dudek and Sarah Sedlak can go up and swing at a ball, and that's exactly what you want from your outside hitters. However, if Bishop Chatard can establish that middle blocker early, is going to create more opportunities for Dudlak and Sedlak.
All right, we'll come back. We'll get us started in a moment right here on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Welcome back to Bishop Chatard High School Volleyball here on Indiana SRN. Brought to you tonight by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is the leading equipment dealer and has been since 1955. Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. Boilermaker Local 374. They represent highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication in the state of Indiana. Wheeler Mission. For over 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Burtner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. The Morales Group. We're in business to create a better future for you and your family. Northwestern Mutual, inspiring people to repeatedly take action on their financial goals. Indiana Labor's District Council, the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Labor's District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA. And the Indiana SRN sports page. Follow the sports page daily with updated sports news coast to coast. Go to IndianaSRN.org and click on the sports page tab. We are ready to go. Bishop Chatard will be in their home whites tonight. They'll be attacking from right to left. Heritage Christian left to right, and we're ready to go on this one. Let's see if everything that we talked about in the pregame comes to fruition in this one, and we are underway. A little bit of a short set on that one. Not a great set at all, and it cost Heritage Christian a point.
Yeah, you could see the setter there trying to push her out, and the set just died a little bit too much. You wanted to see a little more lift to that outside pin.
Sedlak on the serve once again for the Trojans. And they found that open spot up in the middle thanks to Kate Johnson, who gets the point this time for the Eagles.
Good placement there by her, recognizing she had a double block up in front of her and putting it right where Grace Gwen couldn't get to it.
As a team, Heritage Christian at 209. We'll talk about more in their numbers as we go, as this one to the outside, the push down the line and the point. Eagles lead it now 2-1.
Good awareness there by men. She could see, again, double block up in front of her, knew exactly where she needed to put that.
Back to live action, side out. This will be Bethany Ring on the serve, 2-1 Eagles. The back set, see if it can be played. It cannot be, and the point will go again to Heritage.
Yeah, these teams are both already very early, putting a lot of balls down the lines.
Tied it to apiece. Side out here for the Trojans. To the outside left with the left hand, and a big-time swing there by Naomi Thier, one of the leaders for the Eagles. This time they'll come near side. Thier switching from left to right and did it effectively. Great block at the net by Mensch. And a free ball now available for Bishop Chatard. To the outside, big time swing. Once again, we see that a lot from Charlotte Dudek.
Great swing by her, but credit them running their middles. Caroline Wilmering, yes, she got blocked, but it kept that middle blocker for Heritage on Wilmering, which gave Dudek a little bit more room to swing at the ball.
Grace Gwynn will serve now with a 3-2 lead. Dudek, by the way, leading the way for Bishop Chatard with 154 kills on the season. Back to the outside, down the line. And Charlotte Dudek making it happen once again. It's now 4-2.
Yeah, she's really, really good. She's able to identify the block in front of her and know exactly what shot she needs to hit to score.
Side out, Grace Gwynn, 4-2 lead Trojans. Renee Waugh leading the way for Bishop Chatard in the serving department at 95.7, and the opening is just enough to get the point this time for the Eagles.
I bet you they have scouted that point right there. You can see that outside have gone to that shot 2 or 3 times now early in this set. Definitely something Heritage worked on specifically for Chatard.
Naomi Thier able to get the point. That'll be a serving error on Heritage Christian. That'll be our first of the night.
I'll be interested to see how errors play or service errors play in this match.
5-3. And the play here by Bishop Chatard. Let's see if the Eagles can capitalize, and that's going to be long on the attack. They are claiming it was touched, but I don't think they're going to get the point on this one.
At first look, I thought there might be a touch, but it looks like the refs had a better view of it. So
Reese McKinney serving, +3. And the proverbial message from the official to the player, back to the coach, back to the player, then back to the official, which never seems like, to me, makes a whole lot of sense.
And I think that up ref is talking to the line judge, potentially seeing if she saw a touch. Doesn't look like it. So I think that'll stay with Chatard.
6-3 your score. Trojans again with the lead early in this one. See how the Eagles will respond. From the attack line, hit into the net, a little bit short, and the point again to Bishop Chatard.
I don't mind that play, though, from Heritage. Getting that back row established is a great option to have when you're out of system, just not as well executed as they were hoping.
To the outside, the set was a little bit off the mark once again, so here come the Trojans. Outside left, no. Back to the other side, and the left-hander Thier unable to get it across. A nice block up front, and the point 8-3.
I think Wilmering got in there. Of course she did. She's a big presence up at the net.
We have talked a lot about Wilmering. 40 blocks coming in, 40 of their 87.
That's very impressive.
So a 5-3 lead, and when you want a point, there is Naomi Thier with her second kill of the night.
Love that play. She aired just a point ago, and I love her setter. Trust in her, saying, hey, you've got this. Here's a set. Go rip at it.
Kenley Mitchell in the lineup now for Heritage Christian. Side out Eagles. They trail it by 4. Vidoni on the serve, and here come the Trojans back to the outside and misplayed on the little tap as Mitchell can't return it, and Chatard gets the point.
Both these teams still feel like they're kind of settling into the match. You're seeing a lot of tips, maybe a little bit of nerves happening. I'd love to see how it plays out once they've kind of settled into the match.
First service error tonight on Bishop Chatard. So each team with 1. Dudek is in now for the Trojans, and also coming in the lineup will be Anna Hilbrick for Heritage Christian. Heritage Christian again 0-2 in conference play. There is the second service error. Bishop Chatard trying to even their record at 2-2. As you see Gabby McCurdy stepping back into the lineup. Side out here for Burchard. Tough to win on the road when you come to Bishop Chatard. We don't get a chance to really. That's the campfire wide open.
I love that play. That's what you want when you run a 5-1. Your setter is in the front row. And because you only have 2 hitters up at the net, you want to establish yourself as a threat. You can see Bethany Reen doing a great job of that right there.
Well, I think you're right, what you said earlier about a scouting report. They saw something, and they've gotten it twice.
Yes.
4-point lead to the outside and down the line, but nice play in the return. And we got a free ball here and a joust at the net, won by Bishop Chatard.
Yeah, that pass a little bit too far over the net. Rain having a hard time getting over there to try to block the ball.
Side out, Trojans leading it by 5. To the middle, and not sure what happened that time with Mitchell. Looked like she had a pretty good set right there, but mistimed it.
She did, yeah. It looked like she was maybe trying to come across her body. Could be a set issue, could just be a mistiming issue. I'm sure they'll fix it, though.
Timeout on the floor, 12-6 your score.
To you.
Couple of early mistakes here for Heritage Christian. They trail it by 6 and now by 7.
The serve receive, got to have that pass. And this is where Coach was talking about limiting those runs that Chatard is making sure they're getting that first ball side out right away so they can get back on the offensive end.
So a couple of receiving errors there by the Eagles. They'll have to go from behind the attack line on this one. The back set. 7-point lead. See if the Eagles can get one here, and they will.
Great
Good kill.
Win by Mensch. They will go to her in those heat of the moment situations. You can clearly tell she is their leader. Even though she's a sophomore, she leads this team on the outside. Great rip by her there. Expect a lot of balls to go to her.
Here is Mitchell on the serve, down by 6. Back to the outside is a misplay there by Mitchell, and the point will go to the Trojans. Looked like that was Reese McKinney on the left side.
Looked like it. And I was just about to get so excited. Mitchell, who's a middle, you typically don't have your middles playing back row, and she almost got a really good dig there, ceiling just being a little too low, but great job by her to hang in there.
Well, we talked about that in this gym before, that's something you really have to take into consideration.
Yes, for sure. Great swing there by Minch, too.
Minch now has 3 kills here in the opening set, but they're still down by 6 as you see Naomi Thier, and there's a replay.
Yeah, that's a great swing. She had a great double block up in front of her. Good job by Chatard getting that block up, just a little bit more well executed by Minch.
Bethany Ring on the serve. Eagles from behind the attack line, and somehow with the left hand, Thier gets her 3rd.
That's a great swing, and especially being a lefty on the right side, that's exactly what you want. That deep cross-court shot as a right-handed player can be a little bit more tricky to hit, but because she's a lefty, that's a bread and butter shot for her.
Side out here for Ring once again. Down by 5, and that'll be the 3rd service error. Want to remind you, tonight's game brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment, the leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors in Indiana. Give them a call at 317-849-0810. Opening set here from Bishop Chatard, the back set, and a nice swing and the point.
It's a good swing. Reese McKinney, I believe? Yeah.
Yep.
Great swing.
McKinney just got number 2. I was watching Penn State last night in Purdue.
Penn State looks so good this year. They look like a tough team to beat.
Nice block up front. Thier tried to get the kill on this one. We'll head back the other way. Cross court and the point. Great job once again. Looked like Dudek getting her 2nd kill.
Yeah, she she's a great hitter. She knows where to place the ball, when to place the ball, when to be smart. You can see her here again. Out of system play, set from the libero, thumb down shot right to the cross court.
Boy, she got up there too, didn't she?
She did.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group. They're in business to create a better future for you, your family, and for the community we share. They can match you with the right career or hire the right candidate for your company. Give them a call at 317-472-7600. Also want to thank Boilermaker Local 374. They represent highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction as well as metal fabrication in the state of Indiana. When you need a safe, dependable workforce for a new build, an upgrade, or facility maintenance, you can count on Boilermaker Local 374 to do the job right the first time. Lead back now to 17-9 here in the opening set. Bishop Chatard able to sustain this lead despite some runs made by the Eagles in this first set. How about that little runner that time by Dudek? And, boy, another misplay there by Heritage Christian.
Yeah, that ball's got to come up. You could see, I believe it was Minch, get a good ball up on that and just nobody home.
Well, that is really, I guess, if you kind of look at this early hand, it's been a situation, and there is that campfire, but it got closed really quick. But Heritage Christian, kind of their own worst enemy right now.
Yes.
Back to the outside, nice swing, cross court by Dudek. Eagles back the other way, great block up front. That probably, I think, was Caroline Wilmering.
Most likely. She is a good force up there. But back to your point, yes, Heritage Christian seems to be kind of shooting themselves in the foot right now. They have a lot of errors, not doing a great job of what coach was wanting them to do. They're executing great swings like you just saw there. I think the errors are what's caused them to kind of fall behind in this set. I'll be interested to see how they respond second set, going in, knowing that they have to be a little bit more disciplined on their serves and their serve receive and placing the ball.
By the way, Naomi Thayer got her fourth kill in this opening set, but they still trail it by 9, side out for Mensch. Cross-court attack and another successful kill by Charlotte Dudek.
Yeah, she is got a great swing on her, and she has a great line shot. So that's why I am assuming Heritage's block is pulling so far that way. But in that case, their libero needs to save more for that cross-court shot that Charlotte Dudek goes to frequently and scores on a lot.
Renee Waugh on the serve. A 10-point lead. We're at what you would consider the red zone now when you get to 20.
Yes, air-free volleyball.
And there's another opening and a point once again, this time Alex Brown.
Good identification.
I have a feeling if I were the head coach for the Trojans, I might try to find somebody to put in the middle of that campfire, don't you think?
And typically you don't have a defender that goes there. The other spots in the court are deemed more important, and it's hard to cover that spot, which is why it's a spot at no matter what level will score.
Yeah. By the way, Dudek just got another one.
Yeah, no surprise there.
Yeah, no surprise at all. The lead now at 10. Well, I'll tell you what, and I'm going to ask you this while this point is attempted here. That's going to be long, and the point will go to Bishop Chatard. You talked about it earlier. Heritage Christian wanted to play faster on offense, but the only problem is if you don't possess a little bit, you're not going to play offense.
Absolutely. First ball is very, very important, and Heritage seems to be struggling a little bit with getting their offense going.
Yeah.
They're getting good looks and they're getting good opportunities. The execution of it, though, is what's getting them down. I'd love to see them have some more aggression, be more confident, and know that they can put a ball away, because we obviously know and have seen that they have the tools to do it. It's just about the execution part.
And a Hillbrick in the lineup now for the Eagles, down by 10, and that one hit into the net. An attack error on to the Eagles, and now down by 11. Well, I would hope if you're the head coach for Heritage Christian that you wanted your team to be a little bit more focused in this first set.
Absolutely. You can see maybe a little bit of lack of focus also potentially causing the gap we're seeing in the score.
That, by the way, I just watched that campfire close up quickly again, so I think maybe Chatard has covered that area.
Yes, they do a great job of responding to their players.
Great block by Gabby McCurdy, her first block of the night.
Great job by her. She knew exactly where that ball was going on a good set. You can see her here just lock on that middle the whole way up and just roof her.
We're talking about that Penn State. By the way, we are at set point. But last night, those Penn State players can really jump. There's a misplay. And what impressed me the most was Purdue was working a set to the left, and I think my Chacon is their name. Chacon. Just absolutely drilled when they blocked it. And she was way up there.
Yeah, she's only 5'10", but she can jump.
But when you have other players that are 6'4" and 6'5", it's hard to get through those.
Absolutely.
And a ace the other way.
And that's what you want for Heritage Christian, just building some momentum here to carry you into the second set. It's going to be hard to come back. Again, I always say it's never impossible. But just to build that momentum, give themselves some momentum to go into the second set and some life.
Good start right here. That's
Absolutely.
Right.
I would agree. This is exactly what you want.
I'm pretty sure our producer Chuck has used the word comeback here. So let's see if it happens. 24-15. Two straight aces now by Laney. Outside, and a great block up front once again. And that's going to do it. This time it was Sedlak on the block and gets the point and finishes out the first set as the Trojans win it 25-15.
We're not here to just sell you another piece of software and then move on. We're here to manage that whole life cycle of not only helping you procure the licensing, but then how do you manage and monitor those licenses over time.
Collaboration is very key when working with our clients. We are very much a partnering organization, so we definitely work as a team from a sales, marketing, and delivery organization, along with our partner ecosystem to help deliver best-of-breed solutions for our partners and customers.
Partners that sell IBM licensing a lot of times are very transactional oriented, and we're here to build relationships with customers, which I think is unique.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Passion to Care. They deliver care with more than 24 years of experience. As a prestige healthcare company, they are driven by decades of expertise and a drive to go above and beyond. If you'd like more information, contact Passion to Care at 317-537-1811. Also, Piper Logistics. For more than 2 decades, the seasoned professionals at Piper Logistics have consistently been the trusted allies for all your inventory management, warehousing fulfillment, and transportation needs. They stand as our comprehensive logistics partner. Give them a call at 317-396-1023. All right, 25-15. Bishop Chatard able to extend their lead because of some mistakes made by Heritage Christian. So now we know that the Eagles got to find a way to play better in this second set or they'll be down 2-0.
Sure do. And one thing I want to point out is I don't think Bishop Chatard necessarily won that set. Yes, they played well. However, Heritage Christian had a ton of unforced errors on their side that was their doing. I would love to see Heritage come out and attack and just wipe that set, wipe it away, not worry about it, and just come back and play their game. If they do that, I think we're going to see a much more of a battle. We know they have the players. Ella Minch can get up and rip a ball. You saw her make a couple mistakes. I'll be interested to see how she responds. They have a good offense. I'd love to just see them relax a little bit, settle in this match, and just do what they know how to do.
Yeah, and you mentioned Minch. I had her for 3 kills, and Naomi Thier had 4 in that opening set. On the other side, Charlotte Dudek had 4 kills, but Caroline Wilmering had a couple of big blocks that got him some points as well. So
absolutely,
it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out here in the second set. And we talked about it before. When you and I teamed up. You don't want to go down 2-0 on the road.
It's very, very difficult to come back 0-2. It's not impossible, but it's a challenge because you're at home. You have the home crowd environment, and then on top of that, you've got to play air-free.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Very little airs.
Bethany Ring will be serving. We're underway here in the second set. They went short in the middle, and a great play as the ball kept alive as the Eagles able to stay in there in this first set and back to the outside, and there she is again, Dudek now with number 5.
Great swing. Big seam in the block, and she just absolutely took advantage.
If you're on the other side now and you're Heritage Christian and you know the success that Dudek has had early, and we talked about Wilmering as that'll be a service error number 3. Wilmering has been a player we talked about a lot, able to get some big-time kills, but how do you stop Dudek now? She's playing so well early.
She is. And I think one thing to notice is where your setter is located at. So for Heritage Christian, realizing where their setter is coming from and what her set range is. If she's pulling forward, chances are she's going to go to that outside. If she's right on the net, chances are she will go to her middle. So just kind of being aware of where your setter is and where she can or cannot set the ball from.
Well, guess what? Guess who did it again?
Dudek. Good swing.
It is the Dudek show so far here tonight.
But here you can see that setter was out of system all the way in the back court, had to pull the ball all the way to the outside. So Heritage has got to identify that Dudek is 99% going to get that ball so they can get up a well-formed double block up on her.
2-1 your score. Nice block off the attempt there by Thier. And the Eagles able to keep it alive. Let's see what Bishop Chatard can do. That's going to be hit long. And it will be tied at 2 apiece.
Mm-hmm.
The other night, Clark and I did Horizon Christian, I believe it was. No, Covenant Christian. And he talked a lot about a team being out of system, and he talked about it a lot. And I'm sure fans at home are going, what do you mean out of system? We'll talk about that.
Yes. So out of system typically means when your setter does not have every option to set. So when you're thinking of in-system, because it's a little bit easier to talk about in-system and then kind of flip it to the out-of-system. But in-system is when a setter has a perfect pass to them. They have the middle set, their outside set, the right side set, the back row set, every single option you could ever want. So I usually refer it to as like a quarterback not having a blitz coming up on them.
Okay.
They have their wide receiver. They have their running back. They have all of these options available to them. And so your setter is kind of like your quarterback. They have every single option. But when there's a blitz coming and the quarterback is not able to get a good play, they're going to typically throw it to their best wide receiver.
Right.
That's kind of how I've explained it to people that typically don't know a whole lot about out of system. So
okay. It helped a lot. Yes, thank you. By the way, the point there by Bishop Chatard after the Eagles ended up getting a nice run, the kill there by Caroline Wilmering. Well, a lot of fans look at the game, and I'm no expert for sure, but you always want to know if somebody says something, what do they mean by that? Yes. So I think it'll clear that up.
Well, for sure. And then out of system, your offense becomes so one-dimensional. You know where that ball is going to go, and it's typically going to go to your outside hitter that is good. So for Chatard, that's going to be Charlotte Dudek. For Heritage Christian, it will probably be Ella Minch.
By the way, that one hit long. We're tied at 4 apiece. We're seeing Bishop Chatard make a couple of errors early in their attack.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles will come back now with McKenna Spangler, and she will serve. By the way, we will have the City Alliance tournament, I believe, semifinals, finals next week? We'll have to look at that.
Next week or the following?
Sometime
I don't
soon.
Remember.
Dudek from the outside, just right inside the corner. And actually, I'm going to take that back. That's going to be Sedlak.
That's a great swing. She knew she was off the net, knew exactly where to place that ball. Again, that was an out-of-system play right there. She had no other option but to go to that cross-court shot. Heritage Christian needs to identify that and adjust their defense accordingly.
We need to keep a statistic then. How about that swing
Good
to the
swing.
outside by Alex Brown, her second kill? We need to keep a little statistic that shows out of system. That's your job next time.
Oh, boy.
So you can tell us if they go out of system scoring or don't. And you know what? The sports is so much stats anymore.
It is.
You know, baseball's got everything, including what underwear they wore that day. You know,
And you can see on that replay there, that was an in-system play. The setter had every option. She didn't have to move. Chose to go to her outside.
Once again, cross court there by Sedlak. And Sedlak will get the point there, and it's now 6-5.
Mm-hmm. And Sedlak was a little bit quiet in that first set. I don't know if she had a whole lot of kills.
She had one block.
She had a block. But here, coming to life.
Yeah. And there's an ace.
Good serve. You can see it just die.
Ava Eckelbarger gets her second ace of the match. Let's see if Bishop Chatard takes off right here. We saw this a little bit in that first set where they ended up getting a double-digit lead and then went on to win it by 10. And that's going to be a point there for Heritage Christian as Sedlak unable to get the ball across the net. Back into the lineup will be Kate Johnson now for the Eagles. Good look now at Kenlyn Mitchell. And that serve will be long. That is their fourth service error.
Yeah, service errors might come back to haunt Heritage here.
Their serve percentage coming in on the season is over 90%.
Wow.
So struggling a little bit early.
I'm sure some of this has to do with their opponent. Bishop Chatard is a great team, and a big focus for them was to keep them out of system. And in order to get a team out of system, you have to get a good serve.
Great block there by Gabby McCurdy.
Yeah, very well formed there. And one thing that makes Chatard so good is they know when a play is in system versus out of system. You can see there, their middle, her eye work was great. From the ball to the setter, back to her hitter. She knew exactly where that ball was going the whole time.
Well, we're seeing Heritage Christian now do what they did in the first set because they did not play that one well, and Sedlak will now get an ace out of that one.
Timeout, probably soon, if I had to guess.
See if they get one here, and they would fall down by 5. And that's going to be just inside the line. Nice way to come back there for Ella Mensch. She got her 4th kill of the night.
Yeah, she's going to carry a heavy load for Heritage. She's got to get going. Love that swing there by her. She knew exactly where she needed to put it, just a little chip shot down the line.
Well, right now, Mensch at 5'11", and we talk about Naomi Thier, and those are really the two offensive players that the Eagles are counting on here tonight. Really good balanced attack on the other side.
Yes.
As we will see, guess who's back in the lineup? It's Charlotte Dudek, who just got another one.
Yeah, she's very impressive to watch. She is a smart hitter, and that's exactly what you need from your outside. You can see here she saw that double block up in front of her, took a little bit off of it, and just went for that high hand shot, which is a very hard shot to defend.
Caroline Wilmering back in the lineup. Coming into this one tonight, Dudek with 154 kills. 4-point lead. Again, Dudek, and that's just got too much heat on it to handle that one.
Yeah, and great job by her. I'm more and more impressed with her. Her ability to transition off of the net, then to go hit her footwork. I watched the whole play unfold. Perfect, just gorgeous.
7 kills now by Dudek here tonight. Once you get a piece of it right there at the net, now you can go back on the attack, and we have a whistle, and that's going to go against Bishop Chatard.
Yeah, break for Heritage.
Back into the lineup, number 23 is Alex Brown. Brown has 2 kills unofficially here tonight. So Heritage Christian -4 here in the second set. Should be a freebie now for the Eagles.
Got to have it for Heritage.
To the middle. And the point there, in fact, she just came in the lineup, Alex Brown, and gets another kill.
I like it. And on a free ball, you want to make the other team pay for giving you a free ball. Right here, you can see they're running all 3 quick options, meaning that all 3 hitters are running a very, very fast set, keeping Chatard off balance.
Tack error the other way as Sedlak unable to get it from behind the attack line, and all of a sudden it's back to a 2-point lead.
That's what you want if you're Heritage.
By the way, Z ratings are out again this week. I don't think there's any big changes. We'll try to check those out if we get an opportunity. To the outside, and another big swing, and guess who? Alex Brown.
Credit Kate Johnson, though. She followed Caroline Wilmering all the way on that quick set, knew exactly that she had to get her hands up to stop her, so that ball down just enough to get her team the opportunity for that kill.
And there's an ace. Nice play there by Ella Mensch. That is her first ace of the night. By the way, we got news today that IndianaSRN has taken a step in the right direction on social medias. Back to the outside. There's Dudek with number 8.
Yeah, she's really good.
Guess who is on Instagram now?
IndianaSRN.
Wow, and who's responsible for that? Hannah. Go Hannah. Go Hannah. Tell everybody about that.
Yeah, no, I wanted to create some social media just to give us some more dimension. I tried to follow some of our sponsors, so if they're listening, shout out to them.
There you go.
Just to give viewers some insight to what we do.
There you go. And a lot of people follow Instagram, so it's a good place to be. Get more followers, so you can go to IndianaSRN on Instagram, become one of our followers.
Yes.
By the way, that last net violation was against Kate Johnson. And the play at the net, somehow, that was ugly.
Yeah. Heritage Christian just kind of playing ping pong there, not sure what to do. I'd love to see them just settle down a little bit. In those broken plays, they tend to get very tense, and they're not sure what to do. They got to stay disciplined and know that they can put a ball away.
That's going to be long on the attack from the outside. I tell you what, Alex Brown had the hot hand, and they got a timeout. Chatard leads it now 16-12.
Piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements and top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com. Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. A guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Side out, Bishop Chatard. They lead it by 4 here in the second set. Eagles trying to avoid going down 2-0. To the outside, once again, a little touch shot there by Dudek, and the point will go to the Trojans. I say that, I'm kind of delaying a little bit because I'm thinking, what's happening all of a sudden to Heritage Christian? Played so well, and now they just can't seem to get themselves together right here.
No, and I think part of it is the errors they're making. A lot of them are unforced on their side.
Yeah.
Which is hard as a coach and as a team, because you get a good dig or you get a good set, and then a teammate will hit it into the net or shank the ball, and it's very deflating, and it can be very hard to bounce back from.
You know, that was played on the back row there, but I think that Alex Brown might have hit that one long if it wasn't touched. Brown now with 5 kills, 4 of those coming in this set alone. And a nice swing, and we got to play at the net and the point, and that was all that time Charlotte Dudek.
Yeah, she is a phenomenal player. Her awareness, her ability to know where the ball's at, when to swing, when to roll shot. Right here you can see her transition off the net real quick and just kind of get a chip shot up in there, and then her awareness just get back up there and tip it right back down is phenomenal.
Now a 5-point lead. Eckelbarger is back in now for the Trojans. Nice swing in the middle there by Mitchell. Down the line, and a lot of power on this one, but it will be returned short, and the point. That time it'll be Sedlak.
Yeah, and that's a play that I was kind of referencing what I was just talking about. You can see their team is getting a great hustle play, and then they make a silly error on a free ball, trying to be smart with it rather than just resetting the point.
Sedlak, 114 kills coming in, and unable to keep that one in play as there is Alex Brown again, and she's really been the big factor here in the second set. Good look at number 9, McKenna Spangler, who's checked back in.
Mm-hmm. And Bethany Rain just came up to the front row as well, I believe. So look for her to also get herself reestablished as an offensive threat.
5th service error now in Heritage Christian, and we're to the red zone.
Red zone. And for people that didn't hear about it last time, red zone of volleyball is when you get to 20 points. You don't want to make errors. You want to make the other team make errors.
You know, I agree. I think what Chuck ought to do is now turn that numeral 20, there's an ace, into a red 20. That way
everybody knows red zone.
Yes. Ace there by Burchard. Lead at 7.
Bishop Chatard's doing a great job of mixing up their serves, creating a lot of chaos for Heritage.
To the outside, they went back to Alex Brown, who's had the hot hand so far. And that ball overplayed, and the overpass cost him once again, and at the net, that'll be McCurdy with the kill. 22-14 now, 8-point lead. In what was a much closer set than the score's going to indicate. But how about Bishop Chatard taking advantage of mistakes, and that's a big-time hit again. Right now, it's Alex Brown that's keeping them in this set.
Yeah, Bishop Chatard has probably scouted Element and has done a good job of limiting her attempts. However, when you do that, you leave room for players like Alex Brown to come in and have a great match.
Yeah, and she has. And in fact, this second set, it's been all Alex Brown. Lead still at 7. We have a stoppage of play, which is always fun. So while we're doing that, I want to remind you that tonight's game brought to you in part by Dynamark. If you want to elevate your brand, choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. They've been serving the Indianapolis area for the last 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service. Give them a call at 317-328-2555. And I have a feeling, I'm not real smart, but I think there's something about the rotation here. Am I right?
Seems like it. Either coach for Heritage asked for a lineup check, which coaches can do to make sure they're in rotation so they don't get the fault for being out of rotation. My assumption is either coach called for it or one of the down reps just noticed that Heritage might be out of rotation.
Okay.
Which, if that's the case, point would go to Chatard.
And apparently must be okay. She got the thumbs up and we're ready to go.
Yep.
Probably an official's timeout to make sure if the ask is there, right? You said the coach can ask?
Coach can ask.
So -7 now. Cross court, too long on the attack there by Sedlak. Point will go to the Eagles, and now it's a 6-point lead.
Need a run.
Whitney Laney, a couple of aces here tonight.
She's got a good serve.
See how Bishop Chatard, almost an overpass there, very close to the net. Mitchell in the middle started to swing, and the set wasn't where she wanted it to be.
A little too tight.
Freebie now. Back to the outside. Ball off the ceiling and kept alive. I think you should get an automatic point if you end up. That's going to be long, I believe, and it is.
Mm-hmm.
You ought to get something for that hitting off the ceiling, don't you think?
If it landed on your side?
Yeah, I mean, come on, give me something.
Yeah.
Give me something
It's
that
hard.
I played it.
Yeah.
That thing shot right back down.
It did.
Back to a 7-point lead. By the way, we'll have to talk about Hannah's college debut on IndianaSRN, and that happened last week. That's down the line and out. So you went to Rose-Hulman.
Yes.
How was that?
It was very fun. I had a bunch of stats They had an excellent brochure that just gave me a plethora of information that I probably could have spent hours just
You were
looking
kind
at.
of giddy about that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Definitely was.
You brought him home with you, too, I see.
I did.
Yeah. Oh, boy, how about that misplay in the back row?
That's just unfortunate. Grace Gwen trying to get out of the way there, just caught her on the shoulder.
So if you were to give us a grade of between the gentleman you worked with the other night and me, who's higher, him or me in the food chain here?
Oh, I don't know if I want to answer that.
That's going to be close to being out, but it's going to be played. Well, I'm thinking, how about that hit to the outside, huh?
Got a set she liked there, and she took it.
Mensch, first kill she's had in this set.
Wow.
So is it food chain or is it quality of broadcast?
Let's look at this play again, shall we? Great swing by her.
He couldn't be as much fun as me, right? Because I'm always bringing up, interesting facts about my color analyst.
Right? Yeah. Doing a deep dive.
We owe you one now, so there's a misplay again, and all of a sudden it's a 3-point lead. And a timeout by Bishop Chatard. Want to remind you, tonight's match is brought to you in part by Officially Human. Their mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the field and the court. Do your part and practice good sportsmanship. If you don't have officials, by the way, guess what? We aren't playing. Also want to thank Indiana's Labor's District Council, the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Labor's District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are La Una. Did you want me to elaborate a little bit more?
Oh, my gosh.
You got to remember in the time that you're in, you got to say, well, Troy, you're better than that guy. And then when you go back to him, you say, you're better than Troy.
So much better.
Thank you.
So much better, Troy.
See, I have the ability to tell Chuck, shut her mic off. So 23-20. How about this run here by Heritage Christian? And might be a little bit, too, that the Trojans kind of relaxed a little bit.
And this serve is crucial. Heritage needs to get this serve in. However, for Bishop Chatard, watch this ball go to their outside.
Let's see if the Trojans can do something here. We got a free ball. Eagles back to the middle, and that's going to be long. Tough break there from Mensch.
And it looks like there might have been a little bit of a set issue there. Maybe Mensch thought she was coming in on a inside set, but it looks like Rain kind of pushed her a little bit too far. Yeah, she had to kind of reach behind her head for that one.
All right, set point. And there you go, just like that, the ace the other way, and it was Sarah Sedlak getting her second ace of the night. Bishop Chatard wins it 25-20. They lead it 2-0.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Tonight's match brought to you in part by Family Source Insurance. Pat Cherry is your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Give him a call at 317-894-7000. Don't forget, Hannah still owes us a trip to Aspen Creek Grill for delicious food and great service. So if you want all of that, we're ready to go. Are you taking us tonight?
I actually just had Aspen Creek the other night.
Ah, good job.
It was very good. I got
Very
like a
good.
smothered chicken, and it was
And as it says
delicious.
here, you won't be disappointed.
No, I was not disappointed.
Look at that. Chuck, our producer's got $40.
So Chuck's taking us out,
yes,
right?
Chuck's
Awesome.
going out with us.
Perfect.
Yeah. By the way, before we get to the third set, as you know by now, when Hannah works with yours truly, we always find out secrets.
Mhm.
It's called Secrets by Hannah.
Love it.
So you got rid of the nails.
I
We
did.
know that. You never disclosed how much you paid for them or
Still
where
won't.
you got them done.
Won't do that.
But now we find out that you really disappointed your sweet grandmother, who
did.
we know well,
Oh, do you?
because you don't like wool.
No, and
Why?
I don't know why. It's just like it's like a texture thing. I think I might actually be slightly allergic to it.
Okay.
Because when I wear wool, I will. Oh, there it is. Secrets by Hannah. With Hannah. Wow, that's interesting. Because when I wear it, I'll get itchy, and like
Okay.
I can't do
But
it.
do you really get itchy, or are you just thinking you're getting itchy?
Probably both.
Okay.
It's probably a psychological thing at this point.
But your grandma went
my
all these
grandma
years
used to
knitting you
knit
stuff.
Me wool,
Yeah.
and then finally one day I was like, Grandma, I can't do wool, and so she doesn't do wool anymore. But
Okay, what does she do? Does she
she'll
polyester?
use
or?
probably like a polyester
Yeah.
yarn or something
Poor
like that.
grandma.
She might
What's
be
your
listening.
grandmother's name?
Her name is Grandma Ann.
Grandma Ann?
Grandma Ann, that's what we
Grandma
call her.
Ann. And where does Grandma Ann live?
She lives in South Carolina.
South Carolina, really?
And my mom's actually down there visiting her right now, so they
Oh.
might be listening. So
Well, let's
if
hope
they're
so.
listening, hi.
But Hannah, I want to let everybody know that you disappointed your grandma
no.
for years, but that's okay. She forgave you.
She did.
All those years, her hands are probably arthritic. All those years she did that for you, and you turned her
boy.
down. So,
Wow.
and it's okay. Grandma
Take a
Ann.
break.
All right, 2-0. There
Yeah.
goes our monitor for a second, too, right there. Never hit the table where the monitor is. Right now, if you're Heritage Christian, it was kind of like a roller coaster. You played well, and then you didn't, and you
Yeah.
got down, and then you started to come back and fell short.
Yeah. Heritage Christian, first and foremost, they did well responding to that set, and they kept that lead, and then they let that pressure and that tension kind of get to them. So being that they know now that they can maintain and hang with Chatard, I'd love to see them just kind of fix those miscommunication errors. Go back to just a simple offense. Don't do anything too fancy, because you have weapons like Ellen Minch on the outside who can just absolutely rip a ball. So why not just go a simple offense and let her go to work?
Well, they went to Mensch the first time and then back the other way. Dudek short on that one. Point will go to Heritage Christian. High school football tomorrow night. I think we have 3 games ready to go. We'll talk about those. Now we're kind of keep an eye on that hurricane that's headed our way. That's supposed to bring us a lot of rain and wind, and we'll see if that'll affect any of the games we have. Point will go to the Eagles. They lead at 2-0. We're
Good start.
expected to have 50, 60 mile an hour winds tomorrow.
Crazy.
But if there's no lightning, why can't you play? A little rain, a little wind, who cares?
A little rain didn't hurt anybody,
It
right?
didn't kill anybody. I'm in the press box. Why do I
Oh,
care?
wow.
Hey, there's an ace the other way and an early 3-0 lead.
That's what you need. You need Heritage has done well in the service line a couple times. I'd love to see them continue this run.
Bethany Ring with her first ace of the night.
That's a good serve.
See how the Trojans will play it. So a free ball available here for the Eagles. To the middle. Big swing there by Mensch. That one hit deep in the corner. Here come the Eagles back on the attack once again. And to the outside and the point. That one by Mensch, so a lot of touch.
Good identification that she had that double block and the set wasn't quite where she wanted it. Good job by her, just resetting the point and placing it exactly where Grace Quinn was not.
Well, let's see what Bishop Chatard will do here. Nice run put together by the Eagles. Oh, and how about that? Teammates running into each other, and you don't see that very often, not
No, you
especially
don't.
like that.
No, not at all.
Timeout on the floor, Heritage Christian with a 5-0 lead.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great.
Well, Trojans at home down 5-0 here in the third set. Let's see if the timeout works. They'll go to the outside once again, and, well, I tell you what, right now it is Charlotte Dudek. That's number 10.
Yeah, and you got to know for Heritage that that's where that ball is going to go when you're down 5-0 out of a timeout. You're going to go to your veteran player, Charlotte Dudek, who will get you a kill on pretty much any set.
Boy, and she hung up there that time.
She did.
5-1 your score. Back to the outside with the left hand down the line and
caught the
in.
Line.
That was number 24, Naomi Thier, who we really haven't talked a whole lot about tonight, but that's number 5.
Wow, good for her.
But it has been a while since we've mentioned her name.
Lefty.
6-1 your score. Once again, on the swing is Dudek. This time on the left side, great swing by Thier, but played well by Bishop Chatard. Again, the left hand by Thier. Good rally going here, and a little soft touch there by Dudek, and the point will go, as that one goes wide, the point will go to the Trojans.
Tough break for Heritage. They did a great job staying in that rally, but it was that unforced there that just caused them to lose it.
Reese McKinney. Back to a 6-2 lead. Dudek to the outside, and that's going to be long. Not by much, though.
No.
Back in the lineup will be Kenley Mitchell.
I'd love to see her get going. I don't know. She's been pretty quiet. I'd love to see her
1 ace
get
is
involved,
all I have her for.
Get involved in the offense.
Side out. Eagles +5. Eagles back the other way to the outside once again. They went to the hot hand they had before, and Alex Brown. How about that block up front?
Looked like Dudek got it based on her reaction.
And by the way, of all the kills, she has 10 kills. That is her first block of the night.
Good job by her. You can see her here, just swing block right up, stuffer.
Great job by Charlotte Dudek. 7-3. And now the question will be, as Mitchell in the middle, can Heritage only hold the lead as Mitchell gets blocked again and the point? How about that?
Caroline Wilmerine just hanging in there. She's a very disciplined blocker, which is very impressive for her, being that she only is a sophomore. She's very disciplined, and she knows her court awareness and her ability to read her opponent's setter is very high.
I was about ready to say, can the Eagles keep that momentum going? And they're hoping they can. They'll get a free ball here. Not a very good set at all. It was intended there for Alex Brown, but it went behind her, and she was headed toward the net.
Yeah, just died too soon.
So now the lead down to 2. Side out once again for Bishop Chatard. Mitchell just can't seem to get it through that front row, can she?
No, when you got Caroline Wilmerine up there, it can be hard to do.
Boy, the pass went long on the attempted set, and that might have been out. Back to the outside. Wilmering will get the kill. Unable to play it is Alex Brown.
Yeah, good swing. And Heritage cannot get in these long rallies with Chatard. Most of the time, Chatard will come out on top. They are a great team, and they know how to handle themselves in those long rallies.
Back set, left hand swing, and the point, that'll be Thier.
Good swing. Love to see her get going some more.
You know, we mentioned Caroline Wilmering. I only have her for 2 kills tonight.
That doesn't seem right.
Doesn't, does it? But
no.
When you have Dudek doing all the work,
Yeah.
it's kind of easy to understand.
But she's made her presence known with her blocks.
8-6 your score here in the third set. The back set, cross court, and big time swing, and there
She
you
heard
go.
ya.
Yep. She's probably figuring it's about time to get some of those numbers up.
Here it is again.
Caroline coming into this one tonight with 108. She's one of 3 players with over 100 kills for Bishop Chatard.
That's
Lead
awesome.
down to 1 now. To the outside, Mitchell too wide on that slide to the right.
I like that, though, running that slide, giving Mitchell a different look. They've been just running her on what's called a quick one set right in the middle, just a little dished right to her. Instead, they tried to run her around. Looks like she got a better look and contact on it, just got to execute it a little bit better.
What was a big lead is now gone for the Eagles, and they misplay this one. The passing right now for the Eagles is off the mark.
Yes, for sure. Serve receive is one of the hardest and yet simple things in volleyball. It's a very simple skill, yet the most complex.
Service air number 4 now tonight for the Trojans. We're tied at 9, and we will see Whitney Laney come back in.
And she went on a run last time, I believe.
Yeah, she did. Alex Brown will sit down. Brown with 7 kills. Thier with 6. And 6 kills by Mensch. Short set to the middle. Blocked by Mitchell. Mitchell with a little joust at the net. Mitchell again to the outside, Wilmering. On the return, and that will not be able to be played by Bishop Chatard, and Eagles will get the point.
Good heads-up play by Ella Mensch, knowing that was an out-of-system play, and she took it over onto which kept Bishop Chatard on their toes. They were not expecting that, so great heads-up play by Ella Mensch.
10-9 now, Eagles with the lead. Big swing by Wilmering to the outside, but how about that block up front?
That's what you need. Just keep building off of it for Heritage. Every single play is a big play at this point when you're down 0-2. Here it is again. Great job. The setter getting involved in that block. I love it.
And that'll be a service error number 6 now on Heritage Christian. Lead back to 1, side out now for the Trojans.
And this is typically the point in which Bishop Chatard tends to pull away from their opponents. So Heritage has got to stay disciplined here. You can see great ace there. But they've got to figure out a way to get Chatard off the service line quickly and go on some runs.
By the way, for Ava Eckelbarger, that is her 3rd ace as you take another look at it right there. Tied at 11. See how the Eagles may respond here. Back to the outside, and the attempt blocked, unsuccessful. Sedlak will get it. That is her now 4th kill.
Yeah, Sedlak second. Dudek comes out of the back row. You got Sedlak coming in who can do just as good of a job.
And Bishop Chatard has battled back from the early deficit to now take the lead 12-11 once again. Another big block up front as Mensch got a great swing. We've had several plays at the net here tonight. Eagles try that quick push over the net. And how about that Bishop Chatard defense? They really did a nice job. And that's a big-time kill by Ella Mensch.
Great swing by her.
Only a sophomore.
Yeah, she got denied a couple times in there, got blocked, I believe, had to tip a few. That one, she said, absolutely not. This one is going to be a point.
Kate Johnson back in the lineup. Tied at 12, and another service error. That's number 7 now for Heritage Christian.
Heritage Christian at this point has got to get their serve in the court. Bishop Chatard tends to go on runs with their serve, so for Heritage, it's a very crucial thing when they have the possession of the serve.
Side out, Bishop Chatard leading it by 1. Love to get some breathing room right here if they can. Outside left, and another big swing. And I'll tell you what, this young lady right here, Dudek, is having a heck of a night. I have her for 11.
Wow. And then so far, a 3-set match, that's very impressive.
She leads everybody in that category now, a 2-point lead. Eagles trying to regain their momentum. Bishop Chatard to the outside. Set wasn't very good, and then the overpass nearly costing the Eagles able to get the return. Back to the outside again, and Charlotte Dudek, number 12.
When in doubt, go to Charlotte Dudek. You can see them establishing their middle, going to their right side, and then which leaves Charlotte Dudek wide open for that seam kill.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Clean Slate. You can find your future in the cloud. They are a technology consulting firm specializing in custom-built, modern applications and products that deliver greater agility, faster speed to innovation, and the resiliency to handle whatever the future throws your way. For more information, give them a call at 866-885-3249. And also by Wheeler Mission. For over 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. If you'd like to volunteer, and don't forget about the Drumstick Dash coming up on Thanksgiving Day, November 24th, 317-686-6239. Thousands and thousands of runners and walkers on Thanksgiving morning. You going to go?
I went a while ago. I don't know if I'll go this year or not, but
You might have to wear wool or something if you.
Oh yeah, that would go over very well.
Yeah. 15-12, a 3-point lead. Got the timeout. Back to the outside. Nice swing again by Dudek. Good volley on this one. Outside right. Now a free ball here for Bishop Chatard. And how about that swing down the line? It was just on the line.
That was a great set choice.
I think that's Maeve Jordan.
I think it was number 12.
Was it 12?
Who had the kill, yeah.
Was it McCurdy?
McCurdy.
So McCurdy will get the kill instead of Jordan. So Jordan, thanks to our color analyst, will not get in the scores column yet. 16-12 your score.
Oh, what a dig.
Yeah, nice job there by Grace Gwynn. Boy, things very tight right here as each team not willing to give up the point easily. Back to the outside. Big time swing by Mensch.
And that's what she needs. And you can just tell she is playing different now. From first set compared to now, she is playing fearless. Even though she has that big block up in front of her from Bishop Chatard, she is going up and just ripping the ball, which is what you need in this set. You have nothing to lose. Might as well just go up swinging.
She looked a little gassed right there, too. She was bent over and trying to catch her breath.
Those lawn rallies will do it to you.
How about that? Back to the outside, and that is automatic money. That's another, number 13.
And they just haven't had an answer for Charlotte Dudek because of the diversity Chatard has created with their set. The second Dudek doesn't get this set, it leaves a wide open opportunity for another player. And then when you go to block that other player, Charlotte Dudek crams it down your throat.
Win on the serve. Nice block up front once again, kept alive, and a free ball here for Bishop Chatard, leading it by 4. The back set. Little play at the net, returned again, barely got touched right there, and the point will go to the Eagles. Double hit called against the Trojans.
It's a good call.
Lead back to 3. Now you think about the game of volleyball for some, they say, they don't run that much, and but if you're in that lineup and you're up and jumping a lot and you're rotating a lot and you're up on the net, I can see I can get gassed.
As a hitter, it's a lot of work to get up on the ball, transition off the net, and go hit. And then jump again, and then transition, and then jump again to hit. It can, in those long rallies, even though they're only about maybe 20 seconds, it's a lot of running and a lot of adrenaline.
Take a timeout, 18-14, Chatard.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
(18-14) side out once again for Reese McKinney. See what now if Heritage Christian can get another run going here in the third set. We go back to the outside once again as Alex Brown is back in the lineup. She had the hot hand in the second set. Joust at the net, one. I believe again we're going to call Charlotte Dudek.
Yeah, she is having a night tonight. You can see her just get all the way over the net. I don't think she's that tall either. I want to say she's about 5'8" maybe, but you can just see her there elevate so high over the net and just reject it.
19-14, your score. To the outside and unstoppable.
Yeah. At this point, just keep feeding her. When you have a player who's scoring as much as she is, you just feed her the ball and let her do the rest.
That's crazy. Again, my numbers could be off, but I have her 15 now.
That sounds about right.
Now we're in the red zone. Boy, can that be kept alive? Wow. And how about Bishop Chatard on that one? That's going to be long off the swing there by Alex Brown, who, by the way, had not missed a whole lot up until that one.
Mm-hmm. Here's Charlotte Dudek's replay here. Good transition off the net, get up, just rip the ball.
Well, like we always say, if you have a hot hand, you just keep going back to it until they stop you.
You know, and even in the college game, you'll see everybody knows exactly where the ball is going, and the hitter will still find a way to put it on the floor.
Call it in a zone, right?
Oh, yeah. Something like you're just on fire, something's to come over them where they're just scoring every ball.
Keith Myers used to tell us how he was in the zone all the time at the end of the bench. And there it is again.
Yeah. 16 now?
Yep.
Wow.
She has just been absolutely brilliant tonight. Yeah, offensively, they just don't have an answer.
Also, credit Maeve Jordan. She has been giving Charlotte Dudek so many opportunities to just go up and rip the ball.
Well, back the other way, there's Alex Brown. We didn't really talk much about Alex Brown. She came in with 92 kills. I have her for 8, and that means she's made it to 100 this year.
Wow, that's an impressive thing. Congratulations to her.
8-point lead. 2 away from finishing this one off. Nice return there by Dudek. After that was a bad pass. And then the point to the outside, it'll be Alex Brown again.
Get her going.
Lead down to 7. Still a long way to go.
Chip away. Every point. Here it is again. Good set. Good use.
And that's just it. A lot of teams have to just learn how to chip away because, again, there are no 7-point plays in volleyball. Good swing again by Dudek. And we have a ball that was actually outside the antenna on the return there by Brown. So we are at match point.
Wow.
What was the score, Lee? 5 or 6-0? Was it 5 or 6? 5-0.
Wow.
It's quite a turnaround, isn't it?
Chatard's a good team, and you can't cut them out no matter how high of a score you have.
Yeah, so they've outscored Heritage 24-11.
Wow.
Play at the net once again, and come the Eagles. Point will go to Heritage. I want to remind you again, high school football, you might want to pay attention to social media depending on what happens. We're going to get a round of rain in the morning, and then we're going to get another, well, actually midday or so, and then another round at around the time we're ready to kick off. So we might be out at the stadium sitting in the rain waiting. Will it be misplayed? And it is, and the point will go to Bishop Chatard. They win it. The final set, 25-17. Hannah, your final thoughts on this one and what we thought maybe The Eagles might, and they did start to play better, but then just couldn't sustain it.
You know, the Eagles, they have a good team. They have the pieces they need to be a great team. The communication errors and the unforced errors that they had tend to add up over time, which when you see them up 5-0 and then you kind of start to ease off the gas, you cannot do that against a team like Chatard, who has all the weapons, especially like Charlotte Dudek. And speaking of her, she just went off tonight.
Yeah.
Whole other level of play than we've seen from her. I believe she had, 16 kills tonight?
Let's see if I remember where I put the numbers here. I had her tonight for 16.
16 kills. That is insane for a 3-set match. You can see her right there. Cameraman zooming in on her. She did so well. And Chatard's a great team overall, but when you're led by Charlotte Dudek, it's a hard team to stop.
All right, Hannah, good to see you again. I'm glad I'm your favorite broadcaster. We got that all settled here tonight. Tonight's game, I will. Tonight's game has been brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment, Passion to Care, Boilermaker Local 374, Wheeler Mission, Burtner Electric, the Morales Group, Northwestern Mutual, Indiana Laborers District Council, and the IndianaSRN Sports Page. Thanks for being with us. Thanks to the entire crew. Great job once again as Bishop Chatard sweeps it by a final of 3-0. We'll see you tomorrow night for high school football here on IndianaSRN.